DraftKings contributor Julian Edlow and Rotowire's Nick Whalen are here to give their top plays for tonight's series opener between the Hawks and the Bucks. Guys, like I said, game one of the Eastern Conference Finals tips off tonight, and the Bucks are coming into game one as 8-point favorites over the Hawks. Do you think that spread is too high, Jules?
This is a tough one, right? The Hawks are so hot. They're overachieving. They are overachieving, but the question is, can they keep doing it? Atlanta's 10-4 against the spread in their last 14. Milwaukee has won 13 home games in a row. They have been good at home against Atlanta. They've won. Oh man, I already lost the number. They won a bunch of games at home in a row against Atlanta.
Nice.
So for me, I lean to the Bucks. Honestly, I know it's a huge number. But the Hawks are in a little over their heads. Milwaukee's been a tough place to play. From a matchup perspective, I think things get really difficult for Atlanta. Covering Giannis, it gets easier to play Brook Lopez with a guy like Capella on the floor. Chris Middleton's been fantastic in this whole postseason run. And for the Hawks, you've got a guy like Bogdanovic banged up. In the two regular season games that he played against the Bucks, he was playing 38 minutes per game. He was scoring 30 points per game and actually led Atlanta to a win over Milwaukee without Trae Young during that span. Now, obviously, Bogdanovic is banged up dealing with injuries. He's only averaging under 6 points per game in significantly reduced minutes over the last 3 games against Philly. You can survive against Philly because they're gutless frauds and Ben Simmons doesn't shoot in the fourth quarter. I don't think you can survive against Milwaukee. I kind of think that this one is a double-digit win for the Bucks.
All right, what do you think, Nick?
I'm with Julian here. I think he laid it out pretty well, where this number feels probably a little bit higher than it should be, just because even though Milwaukee got through round 2 against Brooklyn, that Brooklyn team obviously wasn't at full strength, and even the way that they won game 7, it kind of left you with a bad taste in your mouth. Like, is this team even actually good? They probably would have got swept in that series if Kyrie stays healthy. Certainly if Harden's healthy, that adds another element. But, here they are in the Eastern Conference Finals. And, I think Atlanta enters this series in somewhat similar fashion, where I think you could feel better about the way they played against Philly. But you have these same questions as, did Atlanta steal that series or did Philly just completely blow it? So I feel like we still don't really know how to evaluate these teams, especially Milwaukee, because coming off of that round 1 win against Miami, I think their stock was as high as ever. I mean, a lot of people thought Miami was going to win that series. It wouldn't have been surprising if it went to 6 or 7 games, and Milwaukee just dominated it from start to finish. And then it's a completely different story in round 2. The offense collapses, and now we view this Bucks team completely differently. So I think Milwaukee has a chance to come out tonight and really set the tone. I mean, if they look like the team that we saw against Miami, that's up, 15 points in the first quarter. Bryn Forbes is running around, hitting threes. The ball's moving. I think they have a chance to really take control of this series and send a message that they're the rightful title favorites, which they are on the DraftKings Sportsbook right now. So, I'm with Julian. I think this is a game that's probably close in the first half, but Bogdanovic being injured, even if he plays, he's going to be hobbled. That's a huge, huge loss for an Atlanta team that needs every piece to beat the Bucks. So I will take Milwaukee to cover that number tonight.